Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Hi, everyone.
Anne is back.
I
Yay!
am. I'm back in my studio, and over here is full of swag. My dining room is full of swag, and so is my basement.
Yeah, yes, we are getting ready for BellaCon.
Yes,
Oh, I am beyond excited. I am beyond excited about this.
I am too. I mean, I got home Friday, and I'm leaving again in less than 2 weeks.
I know. I was thinking about that when you were driving home. I'm thinking, gosh, she's going to get home and then she's going to have like a week or two and she's going to turn around and fly back.
So I'll have a week or two to, well, this week we'll get all the swag done, and I'll get shipped
Yep.
Saturday or Monday, depending upon my mail guy. And yeah, so we can get it to everybody before the event.
Yes, yes, yes. I know. I have workshop kits that are coming along. I just have a couple more things to add, and those are going to be shipped out this week. And yes, Christine, I did get your check in the mail. Thank you so much for that. I was going to tell you, I was going to message you and let you know, but I knew you would be here today. So I thought, oh, I'll just wait. I'll just tell her when she's here.
I'm hoping Lanine's here. I need to talk to Lanine because, okay, so I left at the end of January.
Right.
End of January. I got back. Hey, Jeannie.
Hi, Jeannie.
I got back and I had this in the mail, postmarked December 27th, and it wasn't here before I left.
Oh, no.
Like the 20th of January.
Yeah.
And it's a Christmas card from Lanine, so I have to message her. But I didn't get it until I got home last Friday. But if she mailed it on the 27th, it took over a month to get here. I don't know when it came because my grandson had piles of every time he picked up mail. And he said, you get a lot of mail, Grandma. Mail and boxes. And
I know, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I just got that. So post office sometimes, oh, it's scary.
Yeah, it is. It is. But so what do you want? You want to talk about BellaCon real quick?
We are going to talk about BellaCon at 2:00.
That's right.
We're doing a live at 2:00 with Amanda Stevens from Pear Blossom Press. And Amanda is doing 2 projects during the event and a bonus project with me.
Yay.
With
hi, Becca.
A design I haven't created yet. I just said, hey, man, what do you think? So, yeah, we'll talk about BellaCon and everything Pear Blossom Press. She has some new products.
Yes, she does.
And that girl is always thinking. And
yes,
coming
she
up
is.
with new things.
Yeah, yeah, so. She's amazing. We love Amanda. She's just amazing. She just spreads sunshine, you know. You just can't help but feel happy when you're around her, which I think is really cool.
Yes.
So she's that type of girl. So yeah, okay. So do you guys want to see? And then, well, before I get started on that, we will announce the winner from last week on yours.
Yep.
Okay. And because I still have a couple of Sizzix things to give away. I think I have another Gina K. So I got some stuff.
Sizzix is the last box I'm waiting for. It was supposed to be here yesterday. It didn't come, so.
Oh, yeah.
It's here today.
Yes.
That is the last box. Then I will have all the swag in the house.
Thank goodness you have a huge house. That's all I can say is just thank goodness you have a huge house, because just cleaning out my room and my studio and then putting everything in my front room after, you know, I almost got murdered by my cabinet thing over there. I just was like, I can't stand it because I put it in the front room because the Oz room is, over here. So if you walk in the middle of my house or walk in my front door, that's all you saw was just craft stuff everywhere. And I couldn't find anything. I could not find anything.
It's the worst feeling.
It is because
Because you know it's there somewhere.
and I know exactly where everything is in this room, but when it got moved out there, yeah, and not so much. So, anyways, but what I am sharing today is my little spring lamp here.
Isn't that adorable? I love it.
Absolutely love creating these. I have been making these little lamps for, oh my gosh, well over 20 years. Because you know how I started with these? Was when Pergamano, remember when Pergamano was really, really hot?
Yep.
Like 25 years ago. And,
I was going to say at least 25 years because even though I keep saying I've known this girl for 20 years, it's really more like, Eileen and I were thinking about the other day, I think it's closer to 30.
30? Yeah. I said
oh my gosh.
I said something about it a few months ago, and Rich was like, no, you are off by at least a decade.
I know.
Like,
but that lamp is gorgeous. Becca's right. It is so pretty.
Oh, thank you. They are so much fun. They're so easy to make. And what you can do, because this is a wine, or not exact, this is a champagne flute.
Champagne flute.
I believe. So the pattern for it is for this size. I also have this one right here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got this size. I didn't do a lamp with another one, but let me grab this. I also have a couple patterns for a wine glass when you have a little bit wider opening. So, it just depends on what I feel like doing when I put it together. But these were actually part of my daughter's first wedding. We don't really call it a wedding anymore. It's more of like her really, really big, expensive party. Yeah. These were, yeah, that's what I tell her all the time. Yeah. This is a very expensive party is what we threw. But yeah, I created all of the centerpieces with this. It was all done in a winter theme. I'll share pictures when I'm done, because they just came out so gorgeous. And I have made them so many times through the years. And I just thought, you know what? When I was going through my stuff, I found a big, huge box of patterns. Remember I told you that I have a lot of patterns?
I knew. It was someplace hidden away in a safe place.
In a safe place.
We would know
under
where
my table over here. So, but holy smokes. I started going through it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea I had this many. I have hundreds.
Well, you have been crafting forever. And, Lisa and I were part of Society of Creative Designers, and we would do showcases every year. So we would have a table filled with all of our designs for editors to come by and manufacturers and stuff.
Yep.
And so, we have many, many, many years of that. How long did it take you to make the table decorations for your daughter's big party?
Well, it wasn't just her table decorations.
I know you did the muff, you did everything. Yeah,
I did. Yeah, I created the whole thing, but I want to say maybe a week or two.
That's it.
Yeah, it didn't take long. Once I got everything together and sorted it, and then I just started whipping it out. And I did a lot of it. The thing is a lot of the stuff that I did for her first party, her big birthday or party.
Big expensive party.
Her very expensive party, yes.
So BEP.
Yeah. Oh my god. Anyways, I did everything, and the crazy part is that I had had a major surgery. I had a bowel reconstruction, about 6 months before the wedding. So, I was in my recliner because I couldn't move because then, of course, my belly got infected and, we went through all of
All
that
the time.
nonsense. Yes, it was horrible. Um, but yeah, I did a lot of it sitting in my recliner.
Isabel wants to know if it was working 12 hours a day. I don't know that Lisa could do 12 hours a day.
Oh, maybe back then. Yeah,
Mm,
maybe back then. Well, not 12, maybe
no,
10.
maybe.
Maybe 10, but yeah, no, not anymore. Nope. But I mean, I already had the idea in my head. I already knew what I
Makes it
wanted to
easy. Yep.
do. So once that is for me, once I have my idea down, then I can whip stuff out pretty quick.
How many tables was it?
That's a good question. I think I made 30.
Wow.
Yeah, there was over 300 people at her very expensive party. And yeah, but it was so stunning. I just remember walking into the hall and my sisters-in-law um had decorated the tables for me. I told them this is what I want. Here's all the stuff. Take it, and so walking in and seeing all of that, it was just I started crying because I thought this is 6 months of nonstop work, and
Mhm.
trying to recover from surgery and everything else. But, and then on top of that, once the party was over, the venue wanted the centerpieces. So they bought them from me. So I sold the centerpieces. I kept a few, obviously, but I sold the rest of the venue. I was like, score.
Yeah, really. I
And then
mean, well, where are you going to put them if you kept them?
exactly. Exactly. In my garage, that's
I
a whole
know, yeah, for my oldest daughter's wedding, I had done all the centerpieces too, and I kept them. It was champagne glasses and votives, and I had painted all the
yeah,
votives, but I was able to put the votives in the dishwasher. All the paint came off. So then I've always
nice.
had votives to use for anything I wanted.
Anything else? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, these, because I did them on a wood base, and then I decorated the base with snow and all of that, they were just gorgeous. Just every time I see them, I'm like, "Oh, they're so pretty." But, they were all lighted, and
Mhm.
with these, you can do it 2 ways. When I first started making them, I would fill the cup almost full. I'd leave it about to there from the top,
Mhm.
and then I would float
The
a key
candle.
light on top, remember? That's
Mhm.
that's how we used to do it, and I would float that on top, and now, we've got battery operated, so you don't really have to worry about that. You plop one of those in there, but just to see everything lit up, it was amazing, amazing.
It's so beautiful.
So, yeah, her really expensive party.
But she's happy now and everything life is good.
Yep. Yep, and she made the right decision the second time around, and I am grateful because I can't afford another wedding. Although I didn't do the second one. I was like, nope, nope, sorry, not helping with that one. Figure it out.
Isabel said that that is a real validation of your creativity for them to
Aw,
buy
thank
them.
you,
See?
Isabel. Either that or my insanity, I mean, it could go either way, right?
No, for them to purchase those. See?
Oh,
Meaning,
yeah.
hey, you do good enough work. It's beautiful. They love them. They purchase them.
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
was shocked. The lady that we dealt with through the whole time said, "What are you gonna do with these?" I was like, "I don't know yet. I haven't had time to think of anything." And she's like, "Would you be willing to sell them?" I'm like, "Yes, please." So they had them in there, because the wedding was in when was the wedding? November, December. I can't even remember now.
I
Or
thought it
the
was
party.
December. It was a winter.
Yeah, it was
December
winter.
theme.
So they had it in the venue, I think, for 2 or 3 years during the winter season. So I was like, "Oh, that's so cool." But yeah, it was nice. I love them. But they are so fun to make and they're very easy. So
And you can personalize them any way you want, right? I mean, that's
there's
what's
so
so
many
cool
different
about them.
there's so many different things that you can do with these. So many different things. So, all right. I am ready to get started. I already plugged my glue gun in, so I, have a glue
Ready.
gun that's going to work for me. So we will get started. Yay.
Okay. I will make you full screen as soon as you have your camera down.
Okay. And also too, I will put the link in for the pattern because I did do the pattern for everybody and I'll put the link in. So you
I'll
guys
grab
will
the
have
link if it's
it's
uploaded.
it's in
Okay.
WordPress.
Yeah, I'll grab it.
Okay, thank you.
You're
All
welcome.
right. Let's switch and we will get ready to go. All right. There we are. Okay. All right, you guys. So again, here, I'm going to take this off. This is what we were making with this, champagne flute. Is it flute or flue? I don't know. I don't drink. So
Flute.
flute. Okay. And then this really adorable lampshade. And as you can see, there's nothing to this, nothing at all to it. And that's what makes it so much fun and so easy to create many of them if you want. But again, you put the little lampshade on it like that, and then you plop a battery operated candle in there, and you've got a nice little lamp. And Anne, you've been on me about making lamps, so I decided to do that, and then I'm going to do one of the bigger ones too.
You do such a good job, and you're always looking for something different.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
I have a garden lamp that I've been wanting to do, but that's full size. That is a full size lamp. So, anyways, okay. So here's the pattern for you guys. It's very self-explanatory. You cut it out. You score on the score marks here, and then you just fold it up, and you're ready to go. Okay. So this is what it looks like. It's just some pattern paper. You want to do something that's got a little bit of weight to it, not necessarily heavy, but a little bit of weight because some pattern papers are very thin. This one is it's a little thicker than the really super thin ones. So all you do again is put the pattern down, trace it, and then do your score marks. So from there, now what we're going to do is just decorate it. So we're going to take some of this really pretty trim. I have so much different trims that I absolutely love. So we're going to start with that, and I'm going to grab a piece of paper here so I can glue on it. And I don't know if I've ever showed you guys this trick before, but just in case if I have or have not, I'll share it now. You know when you're cutting ribbons and they fray like this and it makes you absolutely crazy, right? Okay, so what you want to do is take a little bit of glue and on the back of your trim or your ribbon, whatever it is, put a little dab of glue right there, right where you want to cut it. And then you're just going to take your scissors and then you cut right there. That way it won't fray and it stays nice and pretty, which is what we want. All right, so what we're going to do is start here on the end. And I usually wait until the very end to adhere these last little pieces because I want to make sure that it all goes together nicely and everything like that. But we're going to go ahead and start here, and we're just going to add our glue. And you can see I'm not going to glue down that one edge here. This is what I mean. I'm going to leave that for now until I am done. And then you just go all the way around and add your trim. Now, while I'm doing this, because it's kind of like watching paint dry, right? So while I'm doing that, let's talk about ideas. What would you guys do? What theme do you think you would like to create with one of these? Or a special occasion themes, all the same thing. What would you guys like to do with these? I know I have done many of them. I have sold many of them through the years because I've done private sales with people, especially people that wanted it for weddings or bridal showers. I've made a lot of these through the years. So just interested to see what you guys would want to do with them, because they really are, once you get them started and you get all your materials or whatever you're going to use, they go together very quickly. So when you're making a lot of them, yeah, that's nice. But yeah, I think mine took, I think when I did Rochelle's party, I think it was, I don't know, a couple weeks maybe. I don't remember. That whole time during then was just kind of a blur for me because, my only daughter was getting married and I had just had major surgery. And, it was just a very hectic and crazy, crazy time. But it was a great party. I'll say that much. But you can see how quickly this goes together. And there we go. We'll just add some more here. I was talking to Rich before Anna and I went on, and he was asking, what are you doing for your live? And I told him, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do the lamps. He's like, oh, those are always cool that you do. And I said, yeah, I've done them so much I could do them in my sleep. And he's like, don't say that. Don't say that right before you go on, because then something's going to happen. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I did not jinx myself. But yeah, see, really quick. And for my trim, it depends too on the theme and what I'm doing and all of that. But my trim, I wanted my trim to be secondary. So I didn't want to put a bright, trim on here, because I wanted the pattern of the paper to really pop. So I wanted to make sure that the trim that I used was something that, I used an off-white on mine. This one is a little whiter, only because I didn't have enough of my other one because I used so much of it. Okay, so we're getting down to the end here. So for this, I'm going to flip this over real quick, and I'm going to add a little dot of glue right there. Again, that's just so to help it so it doesn't fray on me. That's a trick my mom taught me many, many, many years ago. And, don't you love the tips and tricks that your parents, did for you? I know I did. My mom taught me a lot about crafting. Okay, so then we've got our bottom done. And again, I'm not doing the sides until I'm completely done. And I'm going to put it together. So we're just going to add the trim around this top piece up here. And I'm going to make sure that my trim is there, but I'm not going to glue that end down yet for the same reason for the bottom part too. Because I just want to make sure it's going to go together nicely and the trim is not going to get in the way of that. So I'm going to finish up here. There we go. Okay, I'm going to come back over here to this end. And we'll take it right up to the edge there. All right, there we go. And then again, I'm going to flip this back over. Put a little dab of glue here. There we go. And then I'm going to trim that piece. Okay, perfect. All right, so now I've got all of my trim on here. I'm going to move this out of the way. So now I'm going to, I've already scored it on all of my little score marks. So now I'm just going to fold those in this end right here. And this is the reason why I don't glue my ends down in the beginning, because you do not want the trim to interfere with gluing your whole piece together, because you can always cut your trim off if you need to. All right, so now we're just going to add that last bit of glue right down the seam there. And line that up. There we go. Okay. Perfect. And then I'm going to take this last little piece and glue this down. And then trim it. So we've got that one there. And then this one up here. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that one because that one's pretty well together. So I'm just going to leave it. We're just going to trim this other one off. There we go. Okay. So now you have this adorable lampshade. Perfect. Okay. So for your wine glass, now I did not have, or the champagne flute, excuse me, I did not have another one of those. So I'm just going to use this for the sample of how I put my flowers and stuff on. Okay, so I'm going to put that down there just like that, so my glass does not roll all over the place. And then you're just going to take some flowers. And I already have mine picked out. So then what you're going to do is put your flowers together. And you leave them like this for now, because you can go back and, rearrange them once you get them onto your base, your glass. Okay, I want that down just a little bit. Okay, so what you're going to do from here is squeeze that off and then take one of the wires from the ribbon, from the flower, and just go ahead and twist that around. And that's going to hold these together for you. So once you have that, then you can come back in with your wire cutters and you can trim off this one piece here. Okay, and then you can trim off all these extras down here. Okay, so now you got your little flowers. And then I also added a little bit of this colorful, I can't remember what it's called, but I have it in different colors and I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Baby's breath. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so I'm going to take a little bunch of those and I'm going to add just a tad bit of glue on there. Okay, just want a little bit. And then we're going to cut the rest of this off. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to take this and add this to our flowers. And you can just flip that around. Just add some glue there, and then that glue will hold those together for you. All right, now to adhere them to the glass, all right, obviously your glue gun, your glue is not going to hold to this if you're using a glue gun because it just peels right off. So how I always get around that is once I'm putting these on, I put them down with a glue gun so I can secure them. So I'm going to do that first. I'm just going to add some glue right down here and then place that right on top of that there. Just like that. And then now what you can do to secure it so your flowers are not going to come off at all, then you just want to take some ribbon. And I've got a few different colors here. So we'll grab a few colors ribbon. And I just want enough just to tie around them and tie it in a knot. So, yeah, about like that will be good. Okay, there we go. And then let me grab this purple. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Right about there. So we're going to trim these off. And then you'll take these and just tie them right around your flowers. And then you can add a real pretty bow on top, like I did with mine. Let me make sure I got all my little ends there. There they are. Okay, so you tie that. And then once you get that ribbon on there and you get it tied in a knot, then if you feel like you still need a little bit of security, then you can add some glue to your knot here. But I found that it's not really necessary. It works just perfectly. And then what you can do, as I said, is add a little bow on top. Let me show you my finished one here. put that up to the side. You add a little tiny bow on top, and then that will cover your stems. Another thing, if you don't want to add a bow, you don't want to add ribbons on here. Another thing that you can do to secure these is take a leaf from one of your flowers, and you can cut those and then lay that over on top so it looks like it's in the actual flower bunch, and the leaf will also cover your glue and secure your flowers to your base here. So it's super easy. And then the last thing that I did for mine was I took couple little butterflies that I had, and I just added those to the top there. So you can just take those and add them right where, wherever you want. So let's see. Let's do this one. This is a little lighter. So we're just going to glue this one on right about there. And then I came back with my butterflies and I pulled the wings up because I wanted them to look like they were actually sitting on top of my lamp, or lampshade, I should say. But yeah, that's it. That's how easy it is to put these things together. And man, you could do so many different things with these. So we'll just add this last little butterfly. And we'll put him right about there. And again, fluff up those little wings there. And then you have a really pretty lampshade. So easy. So easy, but so pretty. You can do so many things with these, you guys. And I hope that, you get a chance to make some, because they really are very, they're beautiful when you have them on tables. They're just absolutely gorgeous. So there we go. All right. So talk amongst yourselves.
That was lovely. So Isabel said, I think the lamps would make lovely presents for so many occasions, which is so true. I mean, they're so beautiful. And Becca said, you always use the prettiest embellishments. Hey, Helen.
Thank you, Becca.
The butterflies are a perfect touch to the lampshade. I put the link in for...
Here we go.
For the pattern.
Oh, thank you very much.
I am just putting into like, comment, and share.
Yay, yes, that's important. Like, comment, and share with the hashtag. But aren't they just fun? They're just, I love making these. I really do. I've made so many of them through the years, and I have never, ever once got tired of making them, obviously, because I'm still making them 25 years plus.
30.
30, yeah. Probably closer to 30 at this point. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I know. Think about it. I have a birthday coming up. It's like, oh no.
I got behind on posting because my Sizzix box came.
So,
this giant truck, and then I had carried the huge box inside.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I imagine it's huge. So yes, okay. So there you go, guys. You got the pattern and everything. You don't have to do anything with the pattern other than cut it out. I made
very simple to make. Yes,
I made it 2 size. So
you know what you can do if you want, you can print the pattern right on the back side of your paper.
You can, if you want the lines and stuff to show where the score marks are.
That's the only reason. If it's on the inside, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, it might not. It might not. But yeah, that's a good idea too. But it is too exact. So
I would like to do these with fabric.
Oh yes.
Because you can use heat and bond to give it the stiffness. So you'd be able to score.
Yes, I have velvet stamped. Mm-hmm. I have velvet stamped these before. Yep. Yeah. Velvet, although I would not really recommend doing it only because it's kind of heavy, so it is a little heavy on the glasses. They still came out really, really beautiful, but I thought, I don't know, velvet's kind of heavy for this, maybe.
Yeah.
So because they're tiny, they're only like this big, they're little.
Where are my hands? I know.
It's this. Oh, never mind. It just makes me crazy.
I know.
Oh, Christine already printed it out. Oh, good for you, girl. Will you make sure that you share in the group, Christine, so we know that,
whatever
so
you
we
create.
see what you do. Yes, we would love it. But Anne is right. You can do some really beautiful things with fabric too. You put, like you said, the heat and bond on there. That would give it that stiffness.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, she would use heat and bond. I would probably glue the fabric to some cardstock because I don't really sew. So that's, that's how my brain would work. It would be like, yeah, okay, we'll just glue it onto some cardstock.
There's so many beautiful cardstocks out there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was the trouble I was having when I was putting this one together, because I was like, I want something springy, but I don't want it to be loud and like my normal lots of colors. So, this is
I was impressed by the colors you chose. Yeah. I mean, it's just stunning. It would be beautiful in vellum, printed vellum.
Yes, I've done that too. I have done that too.
Well, I don't know if I can count on one hand how many different ones I've seen you make. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Vellum is one, because I used printed vellum before, regular vellum, and stamped on it. Those are beautiful.
Oh, you could emboss on regular vellum. Ooh,
yes.
That'd be pretty.
Absolutely gorgeous, because then that design is going to show through the light.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. I'll have to do another one with the printed velvet or the printed vellum. I haven't done that in a while. And I have lots of printed vellum.
I do too. I love it.
I do too.
Hard to find now, but I love it.
It's like impossible to find almost. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So that is it for me. Make sure that you come back at 2 p.m. Central Time. Anne and I are going to be talking with Miss Amanda.
Miss Amanda.
Yeah. And she's going to tell us what she's up to. She's got some cool stuff coming up.
She does. She's always thinking.
She is. She is.
Yeah.
So there we go. All right. So come back. Let's see. That was quick, because we talked for quite a while. That's why I went ahead and cut it out and everything, because I thought if I tried it, because I was going to add the trim, and I was like, okay, well, we can't really do that, because then we're done. So, but I needed a few easy projects this month to, help me get through all the other craziness that's going on. So
we will announce the winner from last week during my live. And Isabel's right. It's one of those patterns and techniques that keeps on giving. I agree.
Yes. All right, you guys. So we'll see you back here in a little over an hour. And until then, and always, make sure you take a little time to craft.
It's good for your soul.
It's good for your soul.
Definitely. We will see you in a little over an hour, like Lisa said.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.